Second again, ole ole. Second again, ole ole. Second again for Arsenal people. The three-peat is complete. Forget the treble. 3 times we've finished second in the Premier League. A day of disappointment. For some, it's a day of celebration. I saw high fives and fist pumps at the end of that game at the Emirates. So it depends how you look at people. For me, a season of disappointment, a season that we should have been doing this, lifting trophies. I'm convinced, by the way, that that thing up there was a gift and a curse for Arsenal. The greatest Premier League ever in terms of being invincible for the season, but we ain't seen one since. Hey, that's a different story. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Declan Rice whips it in the bottom corner. Brilliant goal. David Raya makes multiple big saves to keep us in the game in that first half. The first half was a snore fest. The second half wasn't much better, but at least we got the job done. At least we got 3 points. We've guaranteed Champions League football. We've guaranteed we finish second in the league. I mean, it will be important to the club and to the owners. You get more money if you finish second than third or fourth. People would have really been critical of the club if Newcastle or Man City would have finished above us. Takes away the pressure of the Southampton game next week. We'll probably go and smash them 5 or 6-0. No pressure FC. But yeah, listen, it's for me, I'm still disappointed. I think the moment the full-time whistle went in Paris, there was nothing that could motivate me for the rest of the season. Some good individual performances. I thought Lewis Skelly was very good again. David Raya, although some of his distribution wasn't great, but some of his saves were fantastic. I thought Kivior played well, to be fair. Be interesting what happens with him. Do we use his good form to get more money for him? Or does his good form mean we keep him as a squad player? Calafiori actually did quite well at half-time coming on as well. Those two, I remember when Arteta was saying 2 left-footed centre-backs can't play together. They did well for 45 minutes there. Rice with a fantastic goal. Huge player for us. Real leader. Listen, I wouldn't mind seeing him wear the captain's armband. I've said that multiple times. But yeah, it was a brilliant goal to win the game for us. Odegaard started off bright. He got the assist. But overall, again, I don't think it was a particularly great performance by him. He's just so quiet. His influence on the game is minimal. I thought Saka had a quiet game today. Listen, for me, Saka is a fantastic player. He's the leader of our attack. But if he's going to go to the absolute top of the game where you're looking at him as, you know, one of the very best wingers on the planet, I think he's got to add another element of unpredictability to his game. Got to get a bit more skillful. You look at Lamine Yamal. I mean, I was watching some of his highlights today. Nutmegging players, dribbling past 2 players like they're not there. And I think Saka needs to add a little trick to his game, man. I always say with Saka, he looks like a very academy-based player. He looks like he didn't play much street football maybe growing up. I think he needs to just work on that little extra tweak, add a little bit more skill to his game. I think his game goes up even higher. Martinelli was very frustrating today. Just seems to run in straight lines, doesn't hardly ever cut inside and shoot with his right foot. The key of a right-footed player on the left is that you've got that ability to cut inside and maybe try and bend it in the far corner. Martinelli just runs in a straight line and tries to cross it with his left foot all the time. So, yeah, man, I think we can all see what Arsenal need to do next season. We're going to be at least 15 points down on the points tally from last season. I think we're about 24 goals down at the moment on last season as well. So clearly the attack has let us down. And I say let us down, it's probably not good enough. It needs strengthening. We didn't address it last season in the transfer window in the summer. That's where I think our season fell apart. We only added Sterling as an attacking player, and he's hardly played. And when he hasn't been good, apart from 1 or 2 little cameos. And then in January, we didn't do anything. So we've left ourselves with a huge summer needed. We need to clear a good number of players out some of the big names who are on big wages. And then we need to bring real quality in. We need a top striker, a top left winger. For me, I think we need another attacking midfielder, somebody that can carry the ball, somebody that can shoot from distance. A Cunha, an Eze, a Verts would be ideal. And obviously, if Jorginho goes, that'll probably be Zubimendi. And if Partey goes, we'll probably need another midfielder, although they are obviously in talks about a new contract. So, best defense in the league this season in terms of goals conceded. But that attack isn't good enough. Newcastle have won more games than us this season and scored more goals than us as well. So I think we're 16, 17 goals behind Liverpool this season. So those numbers are why we haven't won the league, and we have to address it. I said this on the stream 2 seasons ago. I thought we were the best team in the league to watch. The 8-point lead was squandered. City won the league. Last season, I felt from January we were the best team in the league until the end, when we fell at the end against Villa and West Ham and games like that. But the football had great balance, defensive solidarity, goal scoring excellence going forward. I think this year we've doubled down and become too defensive. We struggle to defeat low blocks. We don't have enough variety or enough speed in transition. That's not just going to be solved by buying Gyökeres. That is a systematic problem and a style problem. And Arteta needs to allow this group to express themselves and attack more and play quicker. Possession-based football still needs to have the ability that, right, we're on the break, let's hit them at pace and damage them. I think we play at far too slow of a tempo. It's no coincidence our best results this season are against teams that attack us. Real Madrid, Manchester City. That's where we've really been able to damage teams, because they push bodies forward and enable us to pick off the gaps that they leave. When teams sit behind the ball, we struggle. We don't shoot from distance enough. And you look today, long shot from Declan Rice gives us the 3 points. So I think a lot needs to change in the summer. Whatever you think of Arteta, I think you know what I think. I think he's lucky to get another season. But if he is here next season, he has to figure out how to get this team over the finish line. Is he capable of getting us over the finish line? Obviously, he did it in the FA Cup, but we're talking about the major, major trophies now. Can you win the Prem? Can you win the Champions League? He's got to win trophies next season. What is going on with Ethan Nwaneri? Will they ask him about it in the press conference? The guy's totally disappeared. Unused substitute again today. You know, Havertz tore his hamstring, had an operation, came back, and still came off the bench before Nwaneri. So, yeah, listen, a few players, that'll be their last home game. Tierney, Jorginho, probably Zinchenko, Neto, Sterling, maybe one or two others as well. So, it will be interesting. But we got the win. We get second. But overall, it's not enough. Crystal Palace will look back on this season with fonder memories than Arsenal, because we're not going to remember this season very fondly. It was another trophyless season. So let's hope things change next season, man. I think, listen, everybody is in agreement that Arteta needs silverware next season. So let's see what happens. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. David Raya, man of the match for me today. Kept us in the game in the first half. Southampton next week, and we will talk throughout the week, people. Take care, everyone. Bless.